Hey everybody, welcome back to Investing with Wesley. Today I want to talk to you about a new first-time homebuyer program that California is rolling out. It's called the California Dream for All program. Now you've probably already seen a bunch of videos regarding this new program, but I wanted to wait to deliver mine because it was just so new and there really wasn't a lot of answers to the questions I had, so I wanted to wait until some of those questions were answered before I gave you guys misinformation. So with that being said, what is the California Dream for All program? Well, in simple terms, it's a first-time homebuyers program that allows the borrower to get up to 20% down payment assistance paid for by California. And unlike traditional down payment assistance programs, this program comes alongside both California and the borrower then own the home together. So you would own 80% of the home and California would own 20% of the home. And when you sold the home later for an appreciated value, 20% of the profits would go back to California after paying off that loan, and the rest you would get to keep. Now, at the surface level, this sounds like a really good program because anything that helps first-time home buyers that qualify for it get into a home is usually a good thing for me. But the fact that California would own up to 20% of your own home raised some red flags and some concerns for me that we'll get into later. For now, we're going to talk about the requirements in order to qualify for this loan or for this program if you're interested. In order to qualify for this program, you have to meet borrower requirements and property requirements. In order for you to qualify for this program, you have to be a first-time home buyer, which doesn't really mean you've never bought a home before. It just means that you haven't bought a home in the last 3 years. You must occupy the home you're purchasing as your primary residence. You can't buy like a vacation home using this program. You have to go through 2 rounds of different homeowner educations, which talks about taking care of the property, being smart with finances, and how this program works. You also have to have a 680 credit score or better and fall into income limits, but those limits vary depending on what area you're trying to purchase in. As an example, LA and San Francisco are going to have way higher income limits than a rural area in California that is sparsely populated. And really, to qualify for this program for the borrower side, that's really all that's it. When it comes to the property, on the other hand, it has to either be a single family home, a manufactured home, or some condos are authorized as part of this program. You also have to pick an area of coverage and a house within its price requirements. So in reality, you can't use this program to have 20% down payment assistance on a $3 million home. You as the borrower have to fall within income brackets, and the property has to fall within a value bracket in order for this entire deal to be put together. Now, before we get into my thoughts on this new program, I want to go into deeper detail on how the shared ownership works, or shared appreciation. So up on screen is the Cal HFA diagram on how this thing works, and it's taken directly from the Cal HFA website. So you can see that you could purchase a home for $500,000 and get 20% down payment assistance. You have a mortgage of $400,000 and the DFA loan of $100,000, which is your down payment assistance of 20%. Again, you own the 80% of this home, and California then owns 20% of your home because of the down payment assistance. 5 years later, let's say you sell the home for $640,000 and it appreciated at an additional $140,000. Your share of the appreciation is $112,000, while California's share is $28,000. So now that your home has appreciated $140,000, you decide to sell your home and move to a different area. Your mortgage balance, because you've been paying it down, is equivalent of $370,000, and you have to pay back that down payment assistance with its appreciated value of $128,000. And after all said and done, you get what remains of $142,000. So as you can see, based on the graph, it's really cut and dry and actually pretty simple to understand. This works the exact same way as if you partnered with a private entity or someone else to go in together on buying a rental property. You would own a portion and the other person or entity would own the other portion. Just in this sense, it's been combined to create a first-time homebuyer program. But it's the fact that California owns a portion of your home that gives me some concerns. And admittedly, I didn't find any information on various lender websites or on the Cal HFA website. I couldn't even find a frequently asked questions. So this entire next bit is only my logical thoughts and my own opinions because I couldn't find any factual information regarding it. But given the fact that California would share in the appreciation of your home and is considered a joint owner of that home, raises some red flags. Namely, that they are a joint owner, and joint owner law requires that all parties or all owners that own that home have to agree to sell it in the event that you want to liquidate the property. And it doesn't just stop at selling the property, but also refinancing the property. Now, there is information on the website that says you could refinance one time, in a sense, for free without having to repay this loan. And then any refinancing you do after that, you'd have to have enough equity to repay this loan outright. But even refinancing the home requires all the owners to agree upon. So in my opinion, just because I do not trust any sort of government, is that having a government like California own a portion of your home gives up total freedom and total control of your own home and of your own asset. They have to agree to sell and or refinance the property, and even then they get a cut of the profits. Personally, if you're a first-time home buyer who's struggling and really just wants to own a home and is tired of renting, you probably won't see this as a huge deal. And that's probably why they're marketing it as a first-time home buyer program. But when it comes to down payment assistance, there's plenty of other options out there, including different options that Cal HFA offers. As an example, when I first bought my home, I used a Cal HFA first-time home buyer program and was only able to put 1% down out of pocket. I got down payment assistance for the remaining 19% and had a mortgage and then a down payment assistance second lien on my property. Once my property appraised in value, I refinanced, paid off the second loan, and just had a normal conventional mortgage like most other people. But the difference is that I only had to put 1% down and maintained total control and full ownership of my property. Whereas if you do this California Dream program, you're giving up partial ownership and you're giving up partial equity to the California government. If either option is available and either option gives you down payment assistance, I just don't know why anyone would choose this program. And I especially don't know, and I'm very skeptical on why California would even roll out this kind of program, considering it already had a very good down payment assistance program already. Now, again, just my opinion, surface level, it could be that California wants to capitalize on some of its growing assets and growing markets to further fund other projects, which is why it wants to be a partial owner. But at the same time, California is known for its social welfare programs and a lot of overreach. But now all of a sudden they want to be partial owners of all the new home buyers. Makes me very skeptical if there isn't some hidden agenda going on that we don't know about yet. But taking all my skepticism, all my thoughts aside, and just going with the factual information that we have on their website, for a first-time home buyer who's struggling to get down payment assistance, I think this program or the original Cal HFA down payment assistance program of putting 1% down is a great option. As I mentioned before, I prefer the original Cal HFA program of only putting 1% down because you still have full freedom in your property and don't need California's permission to do anything with it, and you just keep that extra level of privacy. As always, thank you for watching. I hope you got value in this video. If you did, please remember to like and subscribe, and maybe share it with a friend, as that is extremely helpful to the YouTube algorithm in pushing my channel out there. If you have any questions, comments, or want something addressed, I have a dedicated Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter account, or you could just leave a comment down below. Either way though, the choice is yours, and I'll see you in the next episode.